Hello everyone. Today we start with the writing section for class 12th and the topic for today is invitation and replies. There are two types of invitations, formal invitations and informal invitations. And in the syllabus for class 12th, we have formal invitations, informal invitations and replies to the formal as well as the informal invitations. So let's focus on the points you have to remember where drafting of formal invitation is concerned. So these are the points you have to keep in mind. In formal invitation, always the third person is used. The name of the host issuing the invitation is mentioned. Just below it, put up the formal phrase, request the pleasure of your benign presence or seek your auspicious presence, or you can also add solicit your gracious presence. And this will be followed by the date, time and venue of the event, occasion or the function. In case a VIP is invited for formal functions, for official functions, the name of the VIP has to be specified. And just below the matter, on the left hand side, you put up the abbreviation RSVP. And RSVP means, it's a French word, migratory word, and it means répondez s'il vous plaît, that is please reply. And this is put up on the bottom left hand side of the invitation. So these are the points you have to remember where the formal invitations are concerned. Let's move on to the informal invitation. The points you have to keep in mind where informal invitations are concerned. The informal invitations are always written in the first person and second person, and the formal invitations are written in the third person. The date of writing the invitation is specified in this. Salutation generally is dear plus the first name because it is an informal one. The writer's address is given in the usual place and the style or tone is informal and it is in a relaxed way. So these are the points you have to remember when you draft a formal or an informal invitation. Moving on to the replies to the invitation. The point that you have to keep in mind for formal as well as informal are, first we'll take up the points for formal invitation. The things you have to keep in mind, invitations are always in the box and the reply to the invitation also will be in the box. Express the thanks in third person. Please remember this. You have to put up this invitation ka reply in the third person. Mention the acceptance or the regret. अगर आप फंक्शन में जा पाओगे उसके बारे में बताओ. If for some reason you are unable to go to that function, आप नहीं जा पाओगे इस फंक्शन में, you have to specify the reason. आपको कारण बताना है for unable to attend the function. And be very brief and specific. चलते हैं इनफॉर्मल के. किस चीज पे आपको ध्यान रखना है? इन दिस यू हैव टू एक्नॉलेज, जो रिप्लाई दोगे दिस विल बी इन द फर्स्ट पर्सन, द सेकंड पर्सन, दैट इज आई, यू, वी हैव टू यूज अनलाइक द फॉर्मल रिप्लाईज. मेंशन द एक्सेप्टेंस और रिफ्यूजल. एंड अगर आप नहीं जा सकते हो, you have to specify the reason why you will be unable to attend that ceremony, function or the event. And always use the warm and simple language. So इन चीज़ों का हमको ध्यान रखना है for the replies of the invitations. Now we'll take up the example of formal invitation. How the formal invitation should look like. एक simple example लेते हैं marriage card का. So this is an example of formal invitation for family function. Your brother is going to marry Jenny of Rajkot. Your father, Mr. J.P. Thomas, has planned to hold the wedding at Mumbai. Draft a formal invitation on behalf of your grandmother. इसमें the question has been twisted a bit. On behalf of your grandmother, Mrs. Suzanne Thomas, inviting guests for the auspicious occasions. So one thing keep in mind, whenever the invitation is meant for multiple recipients, जब multiple recipients के लिए कोई invitation होता है, you will draft it in a form of a card. तो card form में ये बनेगा. And इसका सॉल्यूशन विल लुक लाइक दिस, ये इसका सॉल्यूशन है. द होस्ट, द इनवाइटी ऑलवेज ऑन द टॉप, मिसेज सुजैन डिसूजा, सॉरी मिसेज सुजैन थॉमस. नेक्स्ट, ग्रामर का ध्यान रखना, ग्रामर विल प्ले इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. सॉलिसिट्स, ध्यान रखना द रूल्स ऑफ प्रेजेंट सिंपल. मिसेज सुजैन थॉमस रिक्वेस्ट्स योर ग्रेशियस प्रेजेंस या सॉलिसिट्स योर ग्रेशियस प्रेजेंस. डोंट मेक इट सॉलिसिट. अगर मल्टीपल इनवाइटी है, द होस्ट मिसेज एंड मिस्टर थॉमस होता, देन इट विल बिकम सॉलिसिट या request. Please keep a check on this. Request of gracious presence on the auspicious occasion of the marriage of her grandson. Third person में लिखेंगे, don't put up my grandson, it will be her grandson. So please keep this thing in your mind. Take care of the grammatical error. यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना है, solicits आएगा अगर singular invitee है, and यहाँ पे her आएगा over here. Of her grandson Joseph, किसके बेटे मिसेज मिस्टर जेपी थॉमस मुंबई विथ जेनी, एंड डॉटर ऑफ मिसेज एंड मिस्टर पी के गोम्स राजकोट. प्लीज हाईलाइट द डेट टाइम वेन्यू इन द वे शोन ऑन द स्क्रीन. इट विल लुक अट्रैक्टिव. छोटी छोटी फ्रेज लिखो, डोंट मेक कंप्लीट सेंटेंसेस, छोटे छोटे ब्लॉक्स में लिखो इस तरीके से. ऑन, पुट अप द डेट, किस दिन फंक्शन है. फ्रॉम, कितने बजे से, एट द टाइम, एंड एट कहां पर है, पुट अप द वेन्यू ओवर हियर. इसके बाद लीव वन और टू लाइंस, एक और दो लाइन छोड़ो, एंड ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड यू विल पुट अप RSVP, दैट इज किसको हम रिप्लाई करेंगे. पुट अप अ नेम मिस्टर जेपी थॉमस, कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर लिख दिया है, एंड उसी लाइन में ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर में यू विल जस्ट पुट अप विद बेस्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स एंड ऑल फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स. इन आवर इंडियन मैरिज कार्ड्स वी पुट अप मैनी थिंग्स, फ्रेंड्स ऑफ, द नेम्स ऑफ uncles and all those things. इसके अंदर आप skip कर सकते हो. So this is an example of formal invitation for family functions. Yes, the complete slide is in front of you. अब चलते हैं इसके replies पे. That अगर इस type का invitation है and you have to draft a reply, then how will you put up? See the question in front of you. Mrs. and Mr. Sharma have been invited to attend the marriage of Mr. J.P. Thomas' son. Send a reply mentioning your invitation. So, तो पिछला कार्ड था, उसी का हम इन्विटेशंस के रिप्लाईज कर रहे हैं. Then Mrs. and Mr. Sharma को वो कार्ड मिला था. Now they are replying to Mr. J.P. Thomas. And replies are in two forms. One is acceptance कि आप उस फंक्शन में जा पाओगे, and the other one is regret कि आपको खेद है, पछतावा है, दुख है, that you will not be able to attend that ceremony. So this is the example of acceptance that आप उस फंक्शन में जा पाओगे. And इसका रिप्लाई आपको कैसे लिखना है? In the third person, this way. Mrs. and Mr. Sharma thank Mrs. and Mr. J.P. Thomas. Now see the importance over here. It is not thanks. अगर सिर्फ Mr. Sharma invited होते तो कैसे लिखते हम? Mr. Sharma thanks Mrs. and Mr. J.P. Thomas. But now when the plural is there, we'll put up thank. Keep this thing in your mind. So Mrs. and Mr. Sharma thank Mrs. and Mr. J.P. Thomas for inviting them. Third person में हमको इसको लिखना है. On the occasion of the marriage of their son Joseph on 19 December. अब आपका reply आ रहा है. And inform them that they will be glad to attend the ceremony and bless the newly wed couple. So this is the way you have to reply for the formal invitation for family functions. And इसके अंदर the reply is written in the third person and there is no address or date. कोई address और date यहाँ पर specified नहीं है. So इस तरह से आपको reply करना है formal invitation for family functions. Let's move on for the regret कि for some reason किसी कारणवश आप उस फंक्शन को अटेंड नहीं कर पाओगे. So this is the question. Mrs. and Mr. Sharma have been invited to attend the marriage of Mr. J.P. Thomas' son. Send a reply showing your inability कि आप उस फंक्शन को अटेंड नहीं कर पाओगे. And same way third person में आप लिखोगे Mrs. and Mr. Sharma thank Mrs. and Mr. J.P. Thomas for inviting them on the occasion of the marriage of their son Joseph on 19 December and inform with regret. यहाँ पे आपको कारण बताना, you have to specify the reason why you will be unable to attend that ceremony and inform with regret that they will be unable to attend the ceremony due to prior engagement. We can show some formality. एक सेंटेंस और लिख दिया है, they wish the young couple a happy married life. So इस प्रकार आपको लिखना है reply to the formal invitation for family functions. I hope the things are very clear with all my friends. And again, the reply is written in the third person and there is no address or date specified over here. चलते हैं to the next type. Now we'll take up the formal invitation for official functions. So Sharma Public School Jodhpur is going to organize its annual day on the Christmas Eve. Draft a formal invitation to invite all the parents and dignitaries of the city. Dignitaries is the important members, the VIPs of the cities, the well-known members. This is the solution. Centrally laid out, central element, it should look visually attractive. So the principal, staff and students of Sharma Public School Jodhpur request the pleasure of your company. इस पे ध्यान रखना, request, invitee plural है, so it will be request. Request the pleasure of your company on the occasion of its annual day celebration on Saturday 24th December in venue बताओ, the school auditorium from the time 4:30 p.m. onwards. So date, time, venue, please specify in this different 6 lines. एक लाइन है, 2 लाइन के अंदर उसको क्लस्टर मत कर देना. When you written this, after this leave at least 1 line. एक लाइन छोड़ के put up the name of the chief guest. Mr. B.M. Shah. Put up a designation. Mayor has kindly consented to be the chief guest. After this, leave 1 or 2 lines. On the left hand side corner, RSVP means किसको reply करोगे अगर देना हो तो, it is the principal and the contact number. And on the right hand side, we have just put up with best management, staff and management. With best wishes, staff and management. So this is the way. इस प्रकार आपको formal invitation for official functions draft करना है. Yes. Move on to the next. Now, there is one more type of invitation known as invitation letter. Your school is going to hold its annual function in December. Now you want to invite somebody to be the chief guest of this function. तो उसको कैसे invite करोगे, उसका example अब हम लेते हैं. You want Mr. Desai, the mayor, to give away the prizes to the winners of the school. Write a formal invitation in about 50 words, requesting him to grace the occasion as the chief guest. And who are you? Dear, you are the principal of Sharma Public School. तो शर्मा पब्लिक स्कूल जोधपुर के प्रिंसिपल है, इनवाइट कर रहे हैं मिस्टर देसाई द मेयर उनके स्कूल के एनुअल फंक्शन में चीफ गेस्ट बनने के लिए. एंड हाउ विल यू पुट अप दिस इनविटेशन? दिस इज रिटन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फॉर्मल लेटर्स. जैसे हम फॉर्मल लेटर लिखते हैं उसी प्रकार से ये लिखेंगे. इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ फॉर्मल इनविटेशन लेटर. द सेंडर्स एड्रेस ऑन द टॉप. इन शॉर्ट ब्रीफ, शर्मा पब्लिक स्कूल के बिहाफ पे इनवाइट कर रहे हैं जोधपुर. द डेट व्हेन यू आर सेंडिंग द इनविटेशन, 6 दिसंबर को इनविटेशन भेज रहे हैं. नाउ द रिसीवर्स डिटेल, मिस्टर बी.एम. देसाई एंड द एड्रेस. देन कम्स द सब्जेक्ट, इन शॉर्ट स्वीट, invitation to be the chief guest. Salutation, sir. Straight with the matter, our school is celebrating its annual function on 24th December in a school auditorium from 4 p.m. onwards. Please specify the date, time and venue of that function. कब, कहाँ और कितने बजे आना है, this you have to specify. Now, it would be our honor if you can grace the occasion as the chief guest and give the prizes to the winners. Next important line, काइंडली गिव योर कंसेंट एट द अर्लीस्ट एंड ऑब्लाइज। तो इस प्रकार आप इनवाइट करोगे किसी को चीफ गेस्ट बनने के लिए फॉर अ ऑफिशियल फंक्शन। उसके बाद योर्स फेथफुली, कीप अ चेक ऑन इट, वाई कैपिटल, नो अपॉस्ट्रोफी एस, एंड फेथफुली का एफ या सिंसियरली का एस विल बी स्मॉल। कीप अ चेक ऑन दिस थिंग। तो योर्स फेथफुली मिस्टर शर्मा, एंड कौन थे, पुट अप द डेजिग्नेशन, ही इज द प्रिंसिपल। सो इस प्रकार आपको लिखना है invitation to invite somebody to be the chief guest for the official function. Yes, this is the slide. Let's move on. Now Mr. Desai को हमने invite किया था. Now we'll go for the reply of these invitations. So Sharma Public School is going to hold its annual function in December. उनको invite किया था. You are Mr. Desai, the mayor, and you have been invited to be the chief guest. So अभी जो पिछली जो स्लाइड थी उसका रिप्लाई हम करेंगे to the winners of the school. Send a reply informing about your presence कि you will be able to preside that function as the chief guest. आप उस फंक्शन में जा पाओगे and बच्चों को इनाम दे पाओगे being a chief guest. इसका रिप्लाई कैसे रहेगा? This is about the acceptance. This is your answer in the box. Yes. So invitation या उसके रिप्लाई will always be in a box. मेयर हाउस जोधपुर, सेंडर्स एड्रेस, भेजने वाले का एड्रेस, द डेट ऑफ रिप्लाई, रिसीवर्स डिटेल, द प्रिंसिपल, शर्मा पब्लिक स्कूल जोधपुर, सब्जेक्ट एक्सेप्टेंस, पता चलना चाहिए सब्जेक्ट से किस कारण आपने ये रिप्लाई लिखा है, acceptance of invitation to be the chief guest. Sir, thank you for inviting me to be the chief guest of your school's annual function celebration on 24th December in the school auditorium. Now you coming to the reply. It would be a great pleasure to grace this occasion as the chief guest and give the prizes to the winners. Next important sentence. I confirm my presence for this occasion. Reply देना है. So I confirm my presence for this occasion. Yours faithfully, Mr. B.M. Desai, and the designation the mayor. So, इस प्रकार आपको ये लिखना है. Now when this type of question is put up, some doubts are there in the mind of the student. One invitation we did regarding that marriage. Mr. J.P. Thomas के बेटे की शादी में Mrs. and Mr. Sharma were invited. So should the reply be in this way or इसका reply can be written in other way also. और हम ऐसे भी इसका reply लिख सकते हैं. See the answer. Mr. B.M. Sharma thanks the principal of Sharma Public School, Jodhpur, for inviting him to be the chief guest for the school's annual function on 24th December. It would be a great honor to grace the occasion as the chief guest and give the prizes to the winners. He gives his consent for the same. So ये एक और तरीका है उसका reply देखने का. Now the students get confused कि हम ये वाला करें या we should go with this one. Both are equally correct, but in exam go for the earlier one. जो letter form में था, please go for that particular format where this reply is concerned. I hope this is clear with all the students. Now we'll go for the regret of this. किसी कारणवश मिस्टर मेयर उस फंक्शन को अटेंड नहीं कर पाएंगे. शर्मा पब्लिक स्कूल जोधपुर is going to hold its annual function in December. You have been invited to be the chief guest. Send a reply informing your regret. Now इसका solution कैसे लिखोगे? One simple way, write in this way in the box. Sender's address, date of writing, the receiver's detail. And receiver के अंदर जो भी होगा it will always be preceded by the principal, the manager and so on. Subject, ये regret के लिए नहीं आ पाओगे तो regret. Sir, thank you for inviting me to be the chief guest of the school's annual function celebration on 24th December in the school auditorium. Now his response: I regret that I'll be unable to attend this occasion as the chief guest. Due to reason specify करना जरूरी है. So reason due to prior engagement. Now it's just adding one more phrase. I wish the function to be a grand success. मैं चाहता हूं कि function आपका successful रहे. With regret, Mr. B.M. Desai and he is the mayor. So इस प्रकार आपको ड्राफ्ट करना है reply to the formal invitation for official reasons. Yes friends, I hope ये formal invitation and replies, family functions and for official functions are clear with everyone. Let's move on to the next part of it, that is the informal invitations. So when personalized invitations are given to friends, a relative, personal level पे, we term it as the informal invitation. Very simple example. Your Tapana Tapasya, you have cleared the JEE advanced examination. आपने party decide की है, you have decided to host a party to celebrate your success. Draft an invitation to invite your friend Parvinder. Now, how to take a clue कि whether ये letter form में बनेगा या card form में बनेगा, whether it is a type of formal function or the informal function. You will get the clue from the invitees. किसको invite किया है? Single person को. So it will be in the form of an informal invitation. अगर यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में होता है you have decided to host a party to celebrate a success, draft an invitation to invite all your friends. When this all your friends अगर आता, then you would have to put up in the box format the way we did for the school's annual function. Clear? But when you are inviting on an individual basis, it will be termed as the informal invitation and इसका response ऐसा रहेगा. In the form of invitation, informal letter. Sender's address, ये तपस्या का address है. Sender, the date of inviting, when you are sending the invitation, not the date of the event. Dear Parvinder. Now, it is a moment of great pleasure and pride for me. इसके अंदर first person, second person आप use करोगे, unlike the formal replies. So, it is a moment of great pleasure and pride for me to inform you that I have successfully cleared the JEE advanced examination. To celebrate this achievement, I have arranged a festive party for all my friends on 26th June. कहाँ, कितने बजे? Let's specify from 7 p.m. at Hotel Chandiram, Kota. You are cordially invited to attend the same for the success. Now in this, the complimentary clause, you can put up your friend, yeah, yours only, because it is an informal one, and put up the name Tapasya. इसमें please subject add मत करना, subject invitation for party, don't add this. So this is the way how an informal invitation is to be drafted. Yes. Now let's move on very quickly to the responses to the replies to such invitation. Now Tapasya had invited Parvinder, उसी का हम reply करते हैं. Now Parvinder will send the response to Tapasya about the acceptance or the regret for that invitation, and we'll start with the acceptance. So Parvinder has received an invitation from Tapasya. Draft a reply showing the acceptance of the invitation, and इसका आंसर इस प्रकार आप लिखोगे. Again in a box, sender's address, तो ये एड्रेस है परविंदर का. 17 जून, डेट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्डिंग, डियर तपस्या, विश करो, अच्छा लगता है, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस ऑन दिस वंडरफुल अचीवमेंट. I thank you for inviting me to your festive party to celebrate your success in the JEE advanced examination on 26th June from 7:30 p.m. at Hotel Chandiram, Kota. I will be delighted to attend it and look forward to look forward to meeting everyone. Your friend Parvinder. Yes, यहाँ पे आप just change the complementary clause. आप उस हिसाब से आप कर सकते हो. Yours only, your friend. These are the ways you can put up the complementary clause. And then the sender's name over here. One more important thing, keep a difference between the date of the event and the date of respondent. उस चीज़ पे please ध्यान रखना. So this was Parvinder is showing the acceptance कि वो function में जा पाएगा. Now for some reason, कारणवश परविंदर उस फंक्शन को नहीं अटेंड कर पाएगा. सो उसका एग्जांपल हम देख लेते हैं वेरी क्विकली. तो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. परविंदर is unable to attend. He is writing a reply showing the regret, and the response will be in this way. Sender's address as usual. Date, Dear Tapasya, congratulations on this wonderful achievement. I thank you for inviting me to a festive party to celebrate your success. जब आप रिप्लाई दोगे, फर्स्ट ऑलवेज बी थैंकफुल फॉर बीइंग इनवाइटेड. इस चीज का ध्यान रखना है. इन जेई एडवांस एग्जामिनेशन ऑन 26 जून एट होटल चंदीराम. नाउ ही इज गिविंग द रिस्पॉन्स. रिग्रेट है का है ये. आई रिग्रेट दैट आई वोंट बी एबल टू अटेंड योर पार्टी ड्यू टू सम प्रायर एंगेजमेंट. एंड पुट अप दिस रीजन, दिस स्पेसिफिक रीजन, वेदर इट इज फॉर्मल और इनफॉर्मल. डोंट कंफ्यूज योरसेल्फ due to prior engagement. Best wishes and I hope you all have a great time. Complimentary change कर दिया. दुख है बेचारे को, पछतावा है. So with regret and Parvinder. So these were the examples of formal invitations for family functions, formal invitations for official functions, along with the replies, or we have also through with the informal invitations and their responses. So this is all about this topic, invitations and replies, formal as well as informal. Thank you all, enjoy your learning and see you very soon with the next topic again. Thank you all.